Hi guys, we're the 500. I'm Andy and I play bass.
I'm Paul, I play lead guitar.
I'm John and I'm the vocalist.
So we used to have a different name and we wanted to change it because it was shit. A journalist came to see a show of ours once and gave us a glowing review and said that we sounded more like there were 500 people on stage rather than 5 of us. So we took that.
And it stuck?
To play in Gibraltar.
Okay, yeah. So Mark and I were in a band in Gibraltar. We're both from there originally. And we both moved over to UK. Eventually we met Paul and Kelsey and John. And that's how the 500 came to be.
Nothing can be dragged down. Nothing can be dragged down.
Severe mental health breakdown. Just in a place of despair, not able to move forward or break through, and just really stuck and feeling horrible. And
It's pretty light-hearted then, yeah?
yeah, it's horrible.
It's a happy track.
Yeah, I remember. That's why I'm like pulling a face now, because I can remember writing it and thinking, I don't like this, but it's going to be a good one. So yeah, there we go. That's enough.
So like most songs that we've written as a band, one of us tends to come up with some initial ideas, whether it's Paul or myself or Mark, and then we'll tend to get together with John, get some vocal melodies, some harmonies and some ideas, and then develop the sound. And that's kind of how it's grown really, isn't it?
Yeah, and definitely when we go into the recording studio, they take on a life of their own as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as you'll notice with the Dragged Out, now latest single In the Dark, and the ones to come on the album, there's a lot more post-production stuff, synths and lots of effects, and yeah, we've taken this new album to a slightly different sound compared to the last ones.
You better like it.
Yeah, so I think we played 1 or 2 shows with them years ago, and we always thought that she had a great presence, awesome voice. And I think we said that night or after then, well, we've got to get her on a track, or we've got to do something with her. So years later, we ended up doing that and got Dragged Out of it. So cool.
And that's the result.
Thank you,
It's been a
John.
perfect song for it, isn't it?
Yeah, it was ace.
I think at some point we'll probably end up on a show or a bill, a festival, or maybe even a tour with them. And then with any luck, we'll get the opportunity to play it live together, right? And then
Yeah.
hopefully she'll jump up on stage and
That'd be
do her
sick.
bit.
That'd be cool.
We've done it a few times, haven't we, with a couple of other bands?
Yeah.
Andreas from Cabal.
Yeah, it always goes well. It's always a
and,
buzz.
Jeremy Red Method.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully we can do that again. That'd be awesome. I went to college and I studied music production and music technology for a few years, and obviously a lot's changed since then. Nowadays everyone can pick up an interface or some kit to write and record at home. So I would say like the best thing you can do is just buy something, take some lessons, do a bit of research. There's loads of online tutorials nowadays to learn how to do stuff, pick up some books, go to a course, and then just have fun, you know, like write some stuff, and don't be afraid to make loads of mistakes and fuck up all the time, get really angry and smash your computer.
Yeah,
That's what I
had to
do.
that a few times.
Um,
It can be a slow process.
Yeah.
You know, you just got to try stuff, and if it don't work,
Yep.
you know, try something else. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'd
just
like-
keep
we'd like
going,
to-
keep going for it. You're not going to get a perfect, you know, production straight away. And we've learned tons since we released, you know, since we recorded our first EPs many years ago.
Yeah.
You
There's
know,
always stuff to learn.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, hopefully that helps some young aspiring musician one day.
Keep it up. Afraid we can't give you the name of the new album yet, but we can probably say that it's going to be out next year.
Early next year, Q1 next year. So keep your eyes posted. We've got more singles to come out, and then we've got a full album coming out early next year, like Paul said, isn't it?
It's an eclectic mix of artists that we've used for influence for this album.
Well, it's developed over the years, hasn't it? I suppose from
Yeah.
like Paul said earlier, like the first EPs, the first album, Bleed Red, and then War
Yeah.
on Fire.
There's
Well,
always
that's now.
there's always bands that we'll listen to collectively as a band that will sort of
Madonna.
Bryan Adams, Oasis, Tina Turner. It's all everybody listens to different stuff, but when it comes to funneling it down to sort of getting ready to write an album, there's always like some bands that we have in mind collectively as for influence. Bad Omens time.
I think Bad Omens have been a bit of an influence this time, especially with the synths.
North Lane for me.
North Lane,
And whenever this comes out, I'm not sure, but a couple of us are going to go and see North Lane next week. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, and some, more of the dancey stuff that you like.
Yeah, so I think this new album, there's definitely a lot more synths on, a lot more dancey elements to it, a lot more layers, and that's probably from my influence. I'm big into my electronic dance music as well, so it's nice to get some of that in.
Yeah,
I thought I was pushing it in the studio a little bit, but these guys loved it. So
there's an ever so slight sort of Stranger Things kind of synth vibe.
Yeah.
Meandering through it as well.
Nine Inch Nails.
Nine Inch
one of the
Nails,
singles,
So all good. Yeah, it's definitely changed a lot.
So yeah.
Got to keep moving with the times, aren't you? Well, the new album is all about post-apocalyptic.
Meltdown.
Yeah, a post-apocalyptic world. We came off the end of A World on Fire, and we were just talking, and Paul came up with the idea of why don't we just completely blow it out of the fucking water and just go for like something like post-apocalyptic, which we all kind of dug. And I was watching loads of post-apocalyptic stuff at home anyway. In particular, Black Summer. You remember that?
Yeah.
Like it was a zombie, wasn't it? And I was fucking sick. So so that got my juices flowing. So I
think the first album was very introspective, so it's more about someone fucking themselves up, mentally and that kind of thing. The second album was about a world on fire, humanity fucking the world up. So we said, let's do a sequel to that, and we've fucked the world up, and now we've got to live in it.
It was only right for it to be post-apocalyptic, I guess.
Kind of a nice trilogy.
Yeah.
And there'll be no fourth album because the world will be gone.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe we descend onto, off the earth into new planets.
And this road is history of life. The untroubled mind, untroubled mind, untroubled mind. This world is full of suffering. The misery is sinking me under. Now it's ready and swallows every dust.
Yeah, this album we've definitely focused more on the clean vocals. With John's voice, we wanted to capitalise on that. Everyone loves it, so
I wanted to sing more anyway.
Yeah, and that's the gold in our previous tracks on the last two albums. So why not bring it into other elements of the songs, not just the chorus?
Yeah, it's been much harder to develop the songs that way, hasn't it? But it's been worth it.
Yeah, well, on the last two albums, you get into a groove of writing verse, singing chorus, verse, singing chorus. But then when you stood in front of a fucking wall that's like, right, all singing, and you've got to write singing verses as well, it takes a lot longer, it's a lot harder.
So it's very rewarding.
Oh yeah.
So we're proud of this one. So there are other featured artists on the album, and you'll just have to wait and see what they are. But there's another 2, I think?
3
on the album, yeah.
3.
Yeah, 3, definitely 3.
Sick.
It's like the writing process, isn't it? Just go for it. You're gonna make mistakes, but all good. Just and show it to your friends. Get out there and play. It's just go for it. Don't be scared, homie.
Yeah, I think there's lots of different ways of doing it, aren't there? It could just be a collection of songs. You write 15, 20 songs and pick your best 10. But it's just a collection of songs, or
it depends what you want out of it, right? Like when you're first starting, you're just excited to get into the room and jam with friends and build up a bit of a rapport and be like, oh, actually, we gel well together and we can hang out. And we've got an understanding musically.
Yeah. If you want to take over the world, fucking smash it, mate. Get out there, put it in front of everybody. Don't care what anyone says. Play.
I think if you're first starting out, don't get bogged down with the idea that you've got to write an album. just write some sick songs. You know, when you've got enough songs that work well together, then think about forming an album. Or even if you've got 4 or 5 that you think, they'd work well together.
But especially
It's
now,
always going to be
5
more
months of
beneficial if you've got a little catalogue together, though.
yeah, well, especially nowadays, people, you know, the way the industry is, where people are listening to singles on Spotify and Apple Music, there's no mega rush anymore to release an album like people used to traditionally. So nowadays, you know, that's why we're releasing 4 or 5 singles before the album comes out, and most bands do that. So that's my advice.
Right, it depends for me. Sometimes I feel nervous. Sometimes I don't really feel nervous. Sometimes I get nervous the night before, and then that sort of peters out, and I don't know. Weird, man. I mean,
What about you?
I don't really get nervous until about 5 minutes before. And I think the bigger the show, the more nervous I get.
You always got pre-show shit.
Yeah, well, we all do, don't we?
I don't do a pre-show shit.
I have a pre-show shit then. Yeah, if you're scared to shit yourself, right?
Anyway, yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, as soon as you play that first chord, note, whatever, it just all goes straight away.
I sometimes feel like you know when you need something to eat and you're lagging a bit and you can feel it. Even though I've had something to eat, and I'll be like, oh god, I'm lagging a bit, and then as soon as we get on stage and you're like, what the fuck is up? It's just like
It's game face.
it's like an energy meal. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's game face.
So
the adrenaline kicks in.
it's the adrenaline, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Actually, it's less nerves now, but more adrenaline.
Yeah.
As long as it's a good show, obviously.
Yeah, you know, I think you get more nervous in the when you've got a point to prove and when you're like when you're bothered about what people are going to think. And I think as you go on and progress as a band, especially playing live, you learn to just be like live in it and be like, I am the fucking king. I do not give a fuck. Not in a bad, arrogant way, but just a way to like help yourself get through it. Confident way. Yeah, you've got to be confident. Yes, self-affirmation. That's it. So if you're going on like a fucking king, you're gonna be.
Yeah.
I think everyone gets nervous. I mean, you know, you hear about massive stars getting nervous still. So maybe if you're not nervous, there is something wrong with you. Yeah. It's only natural.
Yeah. Yeah. So Download, I suppose not a venue, it's more of a festival, but Download takeover stage on the Thursday night, 2019.
Yeah.
That was fucking incredible.
Yeah, we need to get back there.
We've done a few good gigs at the Rescue Rooms. That's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Rock City's always a banger.
Both in Nottingham.
O2 London, O2 in Birmingham, and then abroad. You know,
Oh,
all venues
yeah,
are cool, man. All venues are cool.
Yeah.
You know, we just like to play. It doesn't matter where we are. We just like
Yeah,
to
we
play.
prefer playing bigger stages for sure.
Yeah,
I prefer playing stages this big.
We've
we move around
always I think we've always preferred to play bigger stages, and we've always been better on bigger stages. And a lot of people always say when we play the smaller stages, you should be on a bigger stage.
It's true.
So there you go.
So yeah, big stages, boys. Special and funny memories. I mean, I think every time we go away on tour anywhere, we create a good memory normally. The highlight for me is probably when we went to Russia.
Yeah, for sure.
And well, I say Russia, we did the
Stuck out in the Baltics.
Eastern European tour with Carnifex years ago. And that was an experience because obviously everyone knows what's happening. Ukraine and Russia, and that, I can't see us going back there anytime soon. But that was a hell of an experience. The fans over there were amazing. We got treated like gods. We certainly aren't. And it was a really humbling experience. Really awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great, but we also broke down. Didn't get into Ukraine at first. We had to get our drivers to come and pick us up. We got stuck in Poland.
What could go wrong went fucking wrong.
Yeah. But that's
It's a
touring.
great experience.
That's touring.
Yeah, it's not touring if something don't go
It
wrong.
makes you stronger, you know, and then you learn to live with it, man, I guess. So there we go. That's our favourite, I guess. I'll pick one artist that I'd love to tour with one day, and I'd say, Bad Omens.
That was going to be mine.
All right, I'll go Bring Me.
What does it have to be an Ajon?
All right, Alice in Chains. The original. I'd go back in time, get Lane Staley back from the dead in his skag death, and then tour with them.
For me, it would have to be the Deftones.
Sick, yeah. I'll take that. So any of those bands, if you listen, you know,
Bad Omens, Bring the Horizon.
Because then I might get a chance of jumping on stage with Chino.
that would be sick.
Oh, Chino, can I guest on Head Up tonight? You know the bit that Max Cavalera fucking did? I'll fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
there you go. Those three.
Well, when it comes to live performances, you just got to enjoy it. You know, if you don't enjoy it, what's the point of doing it?
Yeah, stay home, have a wank.
Yeah, you know, get your friends down, meet people, play as well as you can, but you've got to enjoy it for sure.
Well, yeah, what you doing there if you don't enjoy it? I'm in a band because why?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Knob off if you don't fucking enjoy it, pal. You know what I mean? Because no one else is going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, try out new songs, you know, and see how the crowd react. If they don't react well, then maybe it's not a good live song.
It's usually the case, though, isn't it? If you're on stage and you're there already, you're going to be enjoying it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well.
You know,
Have you seen these? They're amazing. You don't enjoy it, though. None of them do. They're fucking awesome, though. Yeah, they hate it.
Yeah, don't do that. And then, I mean, in terms of putting together shows and tours, I mean, you know, you have to start off small in this.
Yeah.
Be really, really lucky. So the first thing to do is to go to a local venue that you go and watch bands yourself in.
Yeah.
And find out if they're putting on local bands. And give them nowadays, get an EPK, like a kit together, give them links and bio, whatever to your music and stuff like that, so that people can check you out.
Yeah.
And just apply for little stuff.
It all
starts.
usually starts in your own scene, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You'll have a place that you all drink and hang out and stuff, and certain venues around town that you and all your mates' bands are playing. So it just goes from there, doesn't it?
And then
whirlwind,
one
and it goes
day-
out and out and out until you get massive.
We're still waiting for that.
Yeah.
But one day you can apply for Novacaine Festival. So that's the end of the interview. Shout out Novacaine. We'll see you very soon. It's bye from me, and it's bye from
me.
and them.
Cheers, guys.
Peace. See you in a bit.
This road accessory of life. On top of mine, on top of mine, on top of mine. This world is full of suffering. The misery is taking me under. Now it's spreading and swallows everything. Standing here alone on the edge, descending into the darkness. Standing here across